So my feelings for Gattuso and my support for Gattuso is very well documented. Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram. There's even a very recent video that I posted that went somewhat viral on Napoli Twitter saying, "Oh my God, I love you, Gattuso. I love you." You know what I'm trying to say? And this is just something that's known. And a lot of my friends in our little group chats and on Twitter kind of come at me because I've been so supportive of Gattuso. And the reason for that is simply because when he came in last year, we were at our very, very worst. It was our worst seasonal performance at that time or at that stage of the season since we came back into the Serie A from Serie B. And he revived us. He gave us a new lease of life. It felt good again. And ultimately, we won a cup at the end of the season. And he was poised for a long-term contract. For some reason, he didn't sign. Fast forward a year, everyone's Gattuso out. Everyone's like, yo, get this guy out the club. And I'm somewhat sympathetic to him because in these unprecedented circumstances, we've had so many injuries. So many of our key players have not played major parts of the season. And I feel like given a proper opportunity, maybe he can do something. But to say some of his decisions and tactics in games are questionable would be putting it lightly. You know what I'm trying to say? Because on so many occasions, you question what's going on the pitch. Even myself, I've not voiced this publicly, but sometimes I'm watching a game and I'm like, why? Why are we playing like this? Do you know what I'm trying to say? Even though I've supported him publicly, you think about it sometimes. And one of his most questionable decisions, I feel like if Gulam is 20%, you play him because 20% of Gulam is better than Mario Rui. And seeing that game against Granada shows us that Gulam is still somewhat of a decent left back. I mean, he's the best one that we've got at the club, but forget about all of that. The thing that frustrates me the most as a Gattuso supporter and as someone who seems to be fighting a losing battle, what frustrates me and what pisses me off the most is why does it take a Duvan Zapata goal for us to go 1-0 down for us to start remembering that we're allowed to pass forward again? Why is it that when it's time for us to score 3 goals to qualify to the next round of Europa League against Granada, those 45 minutes are our best 45 minutes out of 180 minutes? Like, no matter who's injured, we shouldn't really be struggling against Granada. We shouldn't be losing to Granada over 2 legs. It's ridiculous. Do you know what I'm trying to say? I've defended him. I've defended it, saying we've had injuries, circumstances, blah, blah. But the truth is, we shouldn't be losing to Granada, and it shouldn't have to be when we're 3 goals down for us to start playing well again. And that's the most frustrating thing because you can see that we can play well if we want to. I don't understand why we have to start every game so pragmatic, why we have to start every game defending. Bro, you have no defenders. Your back 4 consists of Mario Rui, Maksimovic, and Amir Rahmani. I feel like the jury's still out on Rahmani, but that's neither here nor there. Why are you trying to defend when you have no defenders? Your best players are clearly your attackers. Shouldn't you be trying to utilize that? We're going to concede anyway. You're not going to keep a clean sheet regardless. So try and score anyway. You rather go down fighting and with 15, 20 shots on target. One game that I was very vocal in my support of Gattuso was the game we lost against Spezia. Fair enough, we shouldn't have been in that position anyway, but we had 24 shots. We had 14 shots on target. Guys forgot how to shoot from the 6-yard line. Guys were playing hot potato with the ball. So games like that, I won't blame Gattuso. But games like the game against Atalanta and the cup game against Atalanta, the first leg against Atalanta, why are you not trying to attack them? Why does it take Duvan Zapata to score to make it 1-0 or for them to make it 3-1 for us to start pressing? And the craziest thing is as soon as we started pressing, literally minutes after they scored, we equalized. And then we went back into our shell again. And then when they scored again, we tried to fight again. I don't understand why. I mean, that's my biggest criticism. From this point moving forward, there's no excuses. Not from me, not from anyone. We have to finish in the top 4. There's no cup distraction, no Europa League distraction, all of that. Oh my God, the schedule is so tight. Guys need rest. None of that applies anymore. We need to finish in the top 4, and there's no reason we shouldn't. We're 5 points off 3rd place with a game in hand. There's no reason, absolutely no reason why we shouldn't finish in top four. Some of our best players and our most important players are coming back from injury slowly. We're slowly having a full squad again. There's no excuses. And really, I might be one of the only optimistic ones, but I think we do finish in the top four. But if we don't, there's serious questions that need to be asked. And I'll be honest, I don't think it's just Gattuso. I feel like some of these players, there's a mentality thing going on. I'm sure, I know I've seen a lot of guys on Napoli podcasts and stuff alluding to this, and people saying there's issues with the players' mentality and whatnot. And I feel like if we don't finish in the top four this year, all of those things need to be addressed. Like, De Laurentiis really needs to look at the squad as a whole. The manager's obviously going to go if we don't finish in the top four. I think even if we finish in the top four, Gattuso has to go. I wouldn't say has to go, but I think Gattuso goes anyway. There's already rumors of talking about all these other things. One thing I don't want to see is Maurizio Sarri, because I don't think he deserves the Napoli fans and to be the coach of Napoli ever again, simply because he's if I get into that, I'll probably get kicked off the internet. But honestly speaking, we should finish in the top four moving forward. We've only got the league to focus on. But yeah, let me know what you think, if you agree, disagree.